Welcome to Breaking News to Trading Moves.
Today we're doing a deep dive into a key pricing announcement coming out of the streaming world.
Yeah, and we're looking at the immediate fallout. Basically, who stands to gain and who might face some headwinds, according to recent analysis.
That's the focus. One company makes a price move, and it helps sort the market pretty quickly.
And the news driving this is from Disney+. They're lining up another round of price hikes in the U.S.
Right, set to take effect October 21st, 2025. And crucially, this isn't just for the Disney Plus service on its own.
It hits the bundles, too.
Exactly. The packages with Hulu, with ESPN services, that's important.
Okay, so a core service gets more expensive.
And when that happens, it makes people really notice what they're spending everywhere. It forces a review.
They look at all their subscriptions.
Yeah. And that action, that review process, it tends to push consumers towards, well, cheaper options. Or even free ones.
And that's what separates the winners from the losers here.
That's the core idea in this analysis, yeah. It's about where those consumer dollars and the eyeballs end up going.
All right, so let's start with the winners. The companies that might actually benefit when viewers react to these higher costs from Disney.
Okay. The first group that stands out is the connected TV ad tech players and the platforms themselves.
Why them specifically?
Well, the thinking is pretty straightforward. Higher subscription fees. Cost-sensitive folks are more likely to switch to or spend more time on the ad-supported tiers.
Right, the cheaper plans with ads.
Exactly. So suddenly there's more ad inventory available, more people watching ads on streaming.
Yeah.
And that boosts demand for the tech that places those ads effectively.
Okay, so who's well-positioned there in the ad tech space?
The analysis points to the trade desk, ticker TTD.
TTD.
Yeah, because as advertisers shift their budgets to follow those viewers into CTV, into ad-supported Disney plus the Hulu, wherever, they need efficient ways to buy those ads at scale.
And the trade desk provides that tech.
Precisely. They're set up to handle that kind of programmatic ad buying in the CTV environment. So, more ad money flowing into CTV is potentially good for TTD.
Got it. And what about the platforms the viewers are actually using?
That brings us to Roku, ticker OKUnis.
Okay, how do they benefit?
It's kind of a double win for them, potentially. First, they make money from the ad sales on their own platform, running ads across the Roku channel and other apps.
Okay.
And second, just the sheer amount of time people spend watching ad-supported stuff on Roku devices goes up. More engagement means more ad opportunities.
Right, it feeds itself. More viewers, more ads, more revenue.
Exactly. It creates a positive loop for their advertising business.
Okay, that makes sense. So the cost-conscious viewer looks for savings, and that naturally leads to the second group of winners, the free services.
Yep, the fast category. Free ad-supported streaming TV.
The freebies.
Yeah, the freebies. I mean, think about it. If your paid subscriptions like Disney Plus or Netflix get more expensive,
That free option looks pretty good.
it looks really appealing. Zero cost. So these fast services see a direct bump in viewership, which of course means more ad revenue for them.
And Fasty has already been growing fast, no pun intended. Does this Disney hike potentially accelerate things for certain players?
The analysis suggests it could. You look at Fox Corp, ticker FOXA. They own Tubi.
Right. Tubi's huge.
Huge library, totally free. So they're likely to see more cord cutters or people trimming subscriptions, leaning more heavily on Tubi as a primary source of entertainment.
Okay. Any others in Fast?
Paramount Global, ticker POWRA. They've got Pluto TV.
Another big one?
Yeah. And similarly, they're expected to gain some market share, just incremental viewers coming over from households that decide, okay, we need to cut back on the paid stuff. Pluto's an easy place to land.
Makes sense. Free is a powerful price point. Okay, there's a third category of winners mentioned here, the really big ecosystems.
Yeah, the giants. The big ad-supported video ecosystems. This is less about seeking out a specific free service and more about, well, user inertia.
Inertia, how so?
Well, when people start canceling individual paid apps, maybe they drop a premium streamer or two.
Yeah.
Where do they end up spending that viewing time?
Yeah. Probably platforms they already use all the time.
Exactly. They often default back to watching more video inside these massive ecosystems where tons of ad-supported content is already available or maybe even included with another service they aren't cutting, like Amazon Prime.
Okay. So they simplify by just watching more on YouTube or Prime Video.
Precisely. So Alphabet, ticker GOGGL, benefits because YouTube is just ubiquitous. People spend more time there. YouTube gets more ad revenue. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And then Amazon, AMZN. They benefit because people watch more of the video included with Prime. Plus, they have Freevee, their own fast service. So viewers kind of naturally gravitate towards the content that's already inside that Amazon bubble they're paying for anyway.
So the big tech players just absorb that extra viewing time and the ad dollars that come with it.
They're often the default landing zone, yeah.
Okay, we've covered the potential winners, the ad tech, the fast services, the big ecosystems. Now we need to look at the other side. The companies facing pressure when consumers start this subscription diet.
Right, because that price hike by Disney makes everyone reevaluate costs. And the first place the pressure lands, according to this analysis, is on the other premium, ad-free streaming services.
Wait, why them? They didn't raise prices.
Because they're often the most expensive tier. When a household looks at their total streaming bill, and maybe Disney just made it $5 or $10 higher, they start thinking, okay, what can we cut?
And the priciest ad-free plans are the first to go.
They carry the highest churn risk in these situations. It's called cross-churn. Even Netflix, ticker NFLX, isn't immune.
Really? Netflix?
Yeah. A household might decide, do we really need both Netflix and the more expensive Disney bundle? Maybe you choose one. That's the risk for Netflix here.
Okay. And what about services that maybe aren't quite as established as Netflix?
They're even more vulnerable. Take Apple with Apple TV plus Lexen, ticker AAPL.
Right, smaller library compared to the other.
Exactly. While it's often cheaper, it might be seen as less essential, less of a must-have compared to Netflix or Disney Plus for some households. So when cuts need to be made,
It's an easier one to drop.
it can be. It's often considered a non-core subscription, making it a potential casualty during that budget review.
Got it. Okay, second category facing pressure. The legacy pay TV providers and the virtual ones, the vMVPDs. This feels like an ongoing issue for them.
It is, but this kind of price hike acts as an accelerant, especially because it involves ESPN.
How does ESPN factor in?
Well, Disney keeps pushing ESPN towards its own direct-to-consumer future. When the streaming bundle that includes ESPN gets more expensive, it just reinforces the high cost of sports content and chips away at the value of the traditional big cable bundle.
So people are even less likely to stick with or go back to traditional cable.
That's the argument. It speeds up cord cutting. People aren't flocking back to extensive linear TV packages. And that directly impacts companies like Charter Communications, ticker CHTR.
How specifically for Charter?
It puts pressure on their video subscriber numbers. Fewer subscribers mean less revenue from customers, and it also weakens their hand when negotiating those affiliate fees they pay to content owners like Disney to carry channels.
Right, the economics get tougher.
Yeah, exactly. And you see similar pressures on Dish Network, ticker DOBISH, that continue to lose subscribers on both the satellite side and their streaming service, Sling TV. Streaming just remains the default choice for most, even with price bumps.
Okay. One last category listed as potentially facing headwinds, local TV station groups. Why them?
It's sort of a double whammy for them. First, there's the general trend, people just spending less time watching traditional local broadcasts and more time streaming. That erodes their audience over time.
Okay, the general migration. What's the second part?
The analysis also points to specific network issues. For example, it mentions some disruption around late-night programming, specifically citing the Kimmel controversy.
How does that impact local stations?
Well, if a key network show, like a late-night program, sees a drop in ratings, that hurts the local affiliates. Late night is important for certain advertisers. Lower ratings mean potentially lower ad revenue for those local stations that carry the network feed.
So it's the combination of general viewing shifts plus specific programming issues.
Yeah. And companies with broad exposure to local stations feel that. Like Nexstar Media Group, ticker NXST. Given their scale, they're exposed to that kind of network volatility.
NXST and others.
Tegna, TGNA, faces similar issues. Pressure on audience size, pressure on ad rates if viewers keep moving to streaming, potentially faster if there are specific content disruptions people react to.
So wrapping this up, the main takeaway seems to be that a price change by one major player doesn't happen in a vacuum.
Not at all. It immediately starts moving viewers and ad dollars around.
Pushing them towards ad-supported options, the tech platforms, the fast services, the big ecosystem.
Right, and away from the premium ad-free services and the traditional linear providers,
Yeah.
it really highlights the battle for the household budget.
It's a zero-sum game in many ways.
Pretty much. A dollar gained by TTD or FOXA AG might be a dollar lost by NFLX or CHPR in this scenario.
Okay. So that leaves us with a final thought for you, our listeners, to chew on based on all this.
If most of the growth and the ad money seems to be flowing towards these ad-supported tiers, how high can prices actually go for the premium ad-free experience?
Right. Is there a ceiling before those high-cost services just start eating into their own subscriber base too much? Something to think about.
And just a reminder for everyone listening, this discussion was based on an analysis of market dynamics. It's not financial advice.
Definitely not. No recommendations to buy or sell any stocks mentioned. This is purely the opinion of the author whose analysis we reviewed today.